I'd like you to imagine the following scene. You're in your house. You've got your car keys in your hand. The lights go out. Power failure. You can't see a thing. You stumble around in your living room and you drop your keys. And you look around for a moment and you realize that you're never going to find them in the dark. But you look outside and you notice that the street lights are on. So in your mind, a light bulb goes off. I'm not going to sit around here in the dark and grope around looking for my keys when there's a light on outside. I'm going to go out here under the street light and I'm going to look for my keys. Why are you laughing? This makes a lot of sense. So you're out here and you're groping around and you're looking for your keys and you're looking and looking, and your neighbor comes along and says, "What happened, Wayne?" "Well, I dropped my keys." "Oh, well, I'll help you look for them." And the two of us are now down here looking for our keys. And looking, finally he says to me, "Excuse me, but where did you drop your keys?" "Well, I dropped them in the house." He said, "You mean to tell me that you dropped your keys in the house and you're looking for them out here in the streetlight? Doesn't make any sense." And I said, "Well, it doesn't make any sense to grope around in the dark when there's light out here." Now you laugh and you think how silly that is, but isn't that exactly what we do when we have a problem, a difficulty, a struggle that is located inside and we're looking for the solution outside, someplace outside of ourselves?
If you were raised on blame, it is a habit for you to reach for this excuse whenever you wish to explain why something is not working in your life. You can, for instance, blame lack of prosperity on a lot of externals: your culture, the stock market, politicians, your parents, lady luck, the greed of others. You can blame illness on heredity and the flu season and bad luck or the environment. Your sour relationships can be blamed on your partners, their inability to love you, your upbringing, or your parents. Your personality can be blamed on your parents, or your genes, or your childhood, or your siblings, or your birth order. And your physical appearance can be the fault of genetics, the food manufacturers, advertisers, or the polluted environment. This is potentially an endless list. The alternative to blame is self-responsibility, becoming an inner-directed person. You may not have been taught to consider taking responsibility for the events of your life. But if you are unwilling to discontinue the blame game, you will be unable to initiate your sacred quest. When you are inclined to think that someone else is responsible for your circumstances, take an instant to say a prayer of thanks for the lesson. The lesson is to become aware that you are the one who is experiencing the feeling. You can do this the instant that you recognize yourself playing the blame game. Feel thankful toward those you've let anger you. Give inner thanks for the reminder that the feeling you are experiencing is inside you, not outside you. Say to yourself, "I do not want to be right. I want to know the truth. I want my higher self to rule. No one is to blame for how I am feeling. It is my feeling, and I respect that." These kinds of affirmations will lead you to self-reliance and to the way of the sacred quest. Your spiritual soul will then become the guiding light for the remainder of your time in the now here.
We are in the midst of enormous individual and global change. I believe that all of us who are living at this time chose to be here, to be a part of these changes, to bring about change, and to transform the world from the old way of life to a more loving and peaceful existence. In the Piscean age, we looked out there for our Savior. Save me, please take care of me. Now we are moving into the Aquarian age, and we are learning to go within to find our Savior. We are the power we have been seeking. We are in charge of our lives. If you are not willing to love yourself today, then you are not going to love yourself tomorrow. Because whatever excuse you have today, you'll still have tomorrow. Maybe you'll have the same excuse 20 years from now, and even leave this lifetime holding on to the same excuse. Today is the day you can love yourself totally with no expectations. I want to help create a world where it is safe for us to love each other, where we can express who we are and be loved and accepted by the people around us without judgment, criticism, or prejudice. Loving begins at home. The Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. Far too often we forget the last couple of words, as thyself. We really can't love anyone out there unless the love starts inside us.
There is a great mystery unfolding in your life. You may not see it yet, but beyond the surface of your everyday experiences, something divine is in motion. The plans of God are never random. They are carefully designed, awaiting the perfect moment to be revealed. Every challenge, every delay, every detour has been orchestrated to prepare you for what is to come. There is a surprise waiting for you, something beyond your wildest imagination, something so grand that when it arrives, you will know it was always meant to be. You have been walking in faith, holding on through uncertainty, trusting that the unseen is more real than the seen. Your prayers, your desires, your deepest longings are not whispers lost in the wind. They are seeds planted in the soil of the unseen realm, waiting for their time to sprout. God has heard you. He has seen your silent tears, felt your weary heart, and now He is setting the stage for something extraordinary. But to receive this divine surprise, you must prepare yourself in prayer, aligning your mind and spirit with His will. Close your eyes and enter into the stillness of the present moment. Breathe deeply, knowing that the kingdom of God is within you. It is not somewhere far away. It is here, now alive in your consciousness. As you quiet your mind, let go of doubts and fears, let go of timelines and conditions. Instead, allow yourself to dwell in the certainty that all things are already accomplished in the mind of God. Speak these words with unwavering belief. Father, I thank you for the blessings already prepared for me. I do not need to chase after them, for they are drawn to me by divine law. I align my heart with your perfect timing, knowing that what is mine will never be taken from me. I release all resistance, all impatience, and I rest in the assurance that your surprise for my life is unfolding in the most perfect way. I walk by faith, not by sight, knowing that you have gone before me in making a way where there was no way. Now, see yourself as the recipient of this divine gift. Feel the joy of its arrival, the peace of its fulfillment. It is already done. The universe is simply arranging the details to bring it into view. Do not look to the world for confirmation. Look within. When the time is right, it will appear so effortlessly that you will know it was always meant to be. Remain steadfast in prayer, not as one who is begging, but as one who knows. For faith is not hoping, it is knowing. The door is opening, the path is clearing, and the miracle you've been waiting for is already on its way. There is a divine unfolding in your life. Even now, as you listen, something is shifting in the unseen. The moments you have spent in silence, the hours of wondering, the days of seeking, they have not been in vain. There is a force working behind the veil, moving the pieces into place. What you desire, what you have longed for in the depths of your heart, is not just possible, it is already yours. You must walk with the assurance that God has gone before you, preparing a surprise that will exceed anything you have imagined. Everything in life follows a divine order. The seasons change without struggle, the stars remain in their appointed places, and the tide comes in at its destined time. So too does your life move according to a greater plan. What seems delayed is not denial. What appears as a setback is merely the repositioning for something greater. God is not withholding from you. He is aligning, refining, preparing you to receive what is already destined to be yours. Your part is not to force or struggle, but to believe, to step into the unseen reality of what God has promised. Faith is the bridge between the visible and the invisible. When you pray, do not pray as one who is uncertain. Pray as one who knows. Speak to God not as a distant deity, but as a loving Father who has already granted your request. When you ask, believe that it is done. Not that it will be done. Not that it might happen someday, but that it is finished, complete. already established in the heavens. The moment you accept this truth, you shift from waiting to receiving. Close your eyes and see it now. See yourself walking in the reality of your answered prayer. If you are praying for healing, see yourself strong, vibrant, filled with life. If you are praying for restoration, see relationships mended, peace overflowing, joy returning. If you are praying for provision, see doors opening, opportunities appearing, your needs met beyond measure. Do not concern yourself with how it will happen. Leave that to God. Your role is to align with the truth that it already has. Each thought you think, each word you speak, is a seed planted in the soil of your mind. When you declare lack, you water the weeds of doubt. When you dwell in fear, you block the flow of what is meant for you. But when you speak life, when you affirm the promises of God, you cultivate the garden of faith. Say to yourself now, I am already blessed, I am already favored, I am already chosen for something greater. These are not empty words, they are spiritual laws in motion. The more you affirm them, the more you step into their reality. There is no limit to what God can do, but you must remove the limits in your mind. You have been conditioned to believe in struggle, to expect difficulty, to anticipate resistance. But the moment you shift your focus, the moment you decide that ease, abundance, and favor are your divine birthright, everything changes. The doors that seemed shut will swing open. The opportunities that seemed impossible will suddenly appear. The relationships that felt broken beyond repair will be restored. It is not your job to understand how. It is only your job to believe that it is already done. Imagine waking up one morning and knowing, beyond any doubt, that your life has shifted. The weight you once carried is gone. The uncertainty that once clouded your mind has lifted. You feel the deep, unshakable peace because you know that something extraordinary is on its way. This is the state of being you must cultivate now. You do not wait for the miracle to feel the joy. You feel the joy and the miracle follows. You do not wait for the evidence to believe. You believe and the evidence appears. This is the way of faith, the way of divine manifestation. Each morning before you rise, take a moment to dwell in gratitude, not just for what you see, but for what is unseen yet certain. Say, Father, I thank you for the blessings already on their way. I thank you that every desire of my heart is already fulfilled. I thank you that today I walk in divine favor. When you begin your day with this mindset, you step into alignment with the unseen forces working in your favor. Throughout your day, hold on to this truth. Do not let circumstances shake you. If a door closes, smile, for it is only making room for something better. If a challenge arises, stand firm, knowing that it is only a stepping stone to the greater surprise that awaits. Walk with the quiet confidence of one who knows that all things are being worked together for good. Even in moments of uncertainty, even when the road is unclear, keep your eyes fixed on the promise, not the problem. When night falls and you lay your head to rest, do not dwell on worries or fears. Instead, revisit the vision of your answered prayer. Imagine the joy, the fulfillment, the peace that comes with it. Whisper words of gratitude, for gratitude is the bridge between desire and fulfillment. Say thank you, Father, that it is already done. Thank you for the unseen hands orchestrating my breakthrough. Thank you that I am divinely guided, divinely protected, divinely blessed. As you sleep, let these words settle into your spirit. Let them take root in the depths of your being, for what you dwell upon in the silence of the night becomes the reality of your waking life. You may not know when the surprise will unfold, but know this, it is inevitable. The seed has already been planted, the answer has already been given, the path has already been cleared. It is not your work to force, but to receive. It is not your burden to carry, but to trust. It is not your place to worry, but to rest in the certainty that what is meant for you cannot pass you by. There is a divine law at work in your life. As surely as the sun rises and the seasons change, so too will your life transform in divine order. You may not see it yet, but one day you will look back and realize that every step, every delay, every unanswered question was leading you to something greater than you imagined. You will stand in awe of what God has done, knowing that it was never about the struggle, but about the faith that carried you through. Now in this moment, prepare yourself for what is coming. Open your heart, align your thoughts, declare your readiness. Say, I am ready to receive the blessings prepared for me. I am ready to walk in divine favor. I am ready to experience the fullness of God's plan for my life. Let this be your prayer, your declaration, your truth. For as you believe, so shall it be. What is coming is greater than what has been. What is on the way is beyond what you have asked. Stand firm, walk in faith, and know that the surprise God has prepared for you is already unfolding in perfect divine timing. There is no force in the universe that can stop what God has already set in motion for your life. Every event, every moment, every encounter is aligning in ways beyond your understanding. What may seem like delays, disappointments, or closed doors are simply divine arrangements making room for something greater. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared for the very thing your heart desires. What you seek is also seeking you. What you long for is already making its way to you. But to receive it, you must first prepare yourself in mind and spirit. Your mind is the gateway through which all things flow. What you hold in consciousness, you hold in reality. If you fill your mind with doubts, you create resistance. If you entertain fear, you block the very thing you desire. But when you dwell in faith, when you declare, it is already mine, you open the floodgates for divine surprises to manifest effortlessly. You must begin to see yourself as already blessed, already walking in favor, already possessing the thing for which you have prayed. This is not mere hope. It is spiritual law. Each thought you think sends out a vibration that calls forth experiences into your life. If you think of struggle, you attract struggle. If you think of lack, you invite scarcity. But the moment you shift your awareness, the moment you say, I am abundant, I am favored, I am divinely guided, the entire universe moves to confirm your belief. This is the power God has given you, the ability to shape your reality through the thoughts you hold. When you pray, do not pray as one who is begging, but as one who knows. Do not ask from a place of desperation, but from a place of quiet confidence. Say, Father, I thank you that it is already done. I thank you that my path is clear, that my blessings are on their way. The surprise you have for me is unfolding perfectly, and then let go. Do not question, do not doubt, do not waver. Simply trust that it is happening, even if you cannot yet see it. God does not operate according to the logic of this world. He is not limited by time, by circumstances, by human understanding. What seems impossible to you is effortless to Him. What you see as a problem is merely an illusion, a temporary condition that will pass the moment you stop giving it power. You must stop looking at life through the eyes of fear and start seeing it through the eyes of faith. Faith does not require proof. Faith is the proof. When you walk in faith, you no longer need to ask, when will it happen? You simply know that it is already done. Picture yourself standing in the midst of your answered prayer. Feel the joy, the peace, the gratitude that comes with knowing that everything you desire is already yours. Let this feeling take root in your soul. Let it become your dominant state of being, because when you feel it, when you live in that vibration, you become a magnet for everything good. God's promises are not distant dreams. They are present realities waiting for you to claim them. But you must claim them not with fear, not with doubt, but with absolute certainty. Do not be discouraged by what you see around you. The world may try to convince you that things are not working in your favor. Circumstances may appear unchanged. People may doubt you, question you, even tell you that what you seek is impossible. But do not let appearances deceive you. The unseen is far greater than the seen. The roots grow before the tree appears. The foundation is laid before the building rises. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean that nothing is happening. Trust in the process. Trust in the unseen. Trust that God's timing is perfect. And when the moment is right, everything will unfold in a way that will leave you in awe. Every delay is divine protection. Every obstacle is a hidden blessing. What you think is rejection is actually redirection. You may not understand it now, but one day you will look back and realize that every single moment, every single challenge, every single unanswered prayer was leading you to something far greater than you could have imagined. If God has closed a door, it is because He is about to open one that no man can shut. If He has made you wait, it is because He is preparing something beyond your wildest dreams. This is why you must prepare yourself in prayer. Not a prayer of asking, but a prayer of receiving. Close your eyes and declare, Father, I receive your blessings now. I receive the divine surprise you have prepared for me. I receive joy, abundance, healing, and peace. I open my heart fully, knowing that what is mine cannot be taken from me. I step forward with boldness, with confidence, with unwavering trust that all things are working together for my good. Let these words settle in your soul. Let them become your truth. Then begin to live as if the miracle has already happened. If you are waiting for an opportunity, act as though it has already arrived. If you are praying for healing, move through your day with the energy of one who is already whole. If you are believing for financial breakthroughs, carry yourself with the confidence of one who lacks nothing. This is not pretending. This is stepping into the vibration of your answered prayer. This is aligning yourself with the divine law that says, as you believe, so shall it be. Every great shift in life happens first in the mind. Before it manifests in the physical, it must be accepted in the spiritual. If you continue to see yourself as lacking, struggling, or waiting, that will be your experience. But the moment you declare, I am already blessed, I am already victorious, I am already living in the fullness of God's promises, everything changes. The doors begin to open, the opportunities begin to appear, the miracles begin to flow. God's surprise for you is already in motion. It is not coming. It is here. You must simply align yourself with it, move with expectation, speak with certainty, live with gratitude. Do not wait for the evidence. Be the evidence. Be the living proof that faith is the key that unlocks every blessing. The moment you let go of doubt, the moment you release fear, the moment you decide to trust completely, you will witness the impossible become possible. There is no need to struggle. There is no need to strive. Everything that is meant for you is already set aside with your name on it. Nothing can take it from you. Nothing can delay it beyond its perfect time. Your only task is to stay in the vibration of receiving. When you wake up in the morning, declare, I welcome my blessings today. When challenges arise, say, this is only making way for something greater. When the path seems unclear, remind yourself, God is leading me exactly where I need to be. The surprise that is coming will not be small. It will not be ordinary. It will be so great, so magnificent, so beyond anything you could have orchestrated that you will know without a doubt that it was the hand of God. You will see why you had to wait. You will understand why certain things had to be removed. You will realize that what you thought was a loss was actually a gain in disguise. Everything is coming together. Everything is aligning. Everything is working in divine perfection. Take this moment now and prepare your heart. Say to yourself, I am ready. I am open. I am willing to receive all that God has for me. Hold this truth. Walk in this truth. And soon, very soon, you will stand in the midst of a blessing so great that you will look back and say, it was all worth it. Every moment, every test, every delay, it was all leading to this. What is yours is already on its way. Be still. Be ready. And watch as the divine surprise unfolds in perfect time. Every moment you align yourself with faith, every time you choose to believe rather than doubt, you are opening the doors for God's surprises to enter your life. The path has already been cleared before you. You must simply walk in expectation. Too often, people wait for a sign, for visible proof, for something tangible before they trust. But true faith moves without sight. True faith understands that what is unseen is more real than what is seen. When you shift your perspective, you shift your reality. If you expect struggle, you will find struggle. If you expect disappointment, it will follow you. But when you wake up each morning and declare, "Today is the day of my divine surprise. Today doors will open for me. Today favor will follow me wherever I go," you set in motion forces that respond to your belief. This is how creation works. You do not wait for change. You become the change. God's plan for you is unfolding perfectly, but your awareness must be tuned to the right frequency to receive it. Imagine a radio. If you are not tuned into the right station, you will hear nothing but static. But when you adjust the dial, when you align yourself with the correct frequency, the message comes through clearly. The same is true with the divine surprises God has prepared for you. They are already present, already waiting. But you must tune your spirit to the frequency of expectation, of gratitude, of unwavering trust. Look around you right now. Every moment, every experience, every person who enters your life is part of the divine arrangement. Even the challenges, even the setbacks, even the moments of uncertainty. These are not random. They are stepping stones leading you to something far greater than you can comprehend. What you see as an obstacle is actually preparation. What you feel as delay is divine alignment. God is never late. God is never unsure. Everything is happening with absolute precision. The key is to remain in the posture of receiving. Do not close yourself off through fear or worry. The moment you begin to doubt, the moment you allow fear to enter, you block the very thing that is meant for you. Let go of the need to control. Surrender to the divine process. Say, "God, I trust you completely. I trust that what is coming is greater than what I have left behind. I trust that every closed door is leading to an open one far beyond my imagination." Then walk in that trust. Live as though it is already done. Comfort is the bridge between desire and manifestation. When you thank God for what you have, even before you see it, you activate the flow of blessings in your life. This is not wishful thinking. It is divine law. You must believe before you receive. You must feel it before you see it. When you pray, do not pray from a place of need, but from a place of thankfulness. Speak these words daily. "Father, I thank you that my blessing is already here. I thank you that the answer is already given. I thank you that everything I need is already mine." Then release it. Do not question. Do not beg. Do not waver. Trust that it is unfolding in divine perfection. People often ask, "How do I know that my blessing is near?" The answer is simple. You feel it before you see it. There is a stirring in your spirit. There is an unshakable knowing that something is shifting, even if there is no visible evidence. That is your sign. That is your confirmation. The moment you sense that inner shift, hold on to it. Do not let the distractions of the world pull you away. Stand firm in your knowing. Many give up too soon. They pray, they believe. They hold the vision for a moment, but then they look around and see no change, and they let doubt take over. But what they do not realize is that the blessing was already on its way, and their doubt pushed it further from reach. You must remain steadfast. Even when it looks like nothing is happening, even when it seems like things are going in the opposite direction, trust that God is working behind the scenes. Trust that the moment you release the need to see proof is the moment everything falls into place. There is a divine surprise that has your name on it. It is bigger than you imagine. It is greater than what you have asked for. But you must prepare yourself to receive it. Let go of the mindset of struggle. Stop expecting things to be difficult. Stop believing that you must work endlessly to deserve your blessing. You are already worthy. You are already chosen. You are already positioned for something extraordinary. Walk in that truth. Think about the greatest blessings of your life. Did you always see them coming? Or did they arrive unexpectedly in ways you could not have planned? That is how God works. The doors that are about to open will not come through your logic, your effort, or your calculations. They will come through divine intervention. When it happens, you will know that it could not have been by your own doing. You will stand in awe and say, only God could have made this happen. There are moments in life when you feel an internal shift. It is subtle but undeniable. It is as though something is moving in your spirit, as though something unseen is guiding you forward. That is God's way of preparing you. He whispers before He acts. He stirs your soul before He reveals the manifestation. Pay attention to these moments. They are your sign that the divine surprise is near. What is about to happen in your life will exceed your expectations. The only thing required of you is to stay in the vibration of faith. Walk through your days with the certainty that everything is already working in your favor. Do not be discouraged by temporary circumstances. Do not be distracted by appearances. Hold fast to the truth that God is always working, even when you do not see it. When you wake up tomorrow, say these words: I welcome my divine surprise. I am ready for the blessings that are making their way to me. I am walking in favor. I am living in divine alignment. Let these words be your daily affirmation. Let them take root in your consciousness. The more you declare them, the more you believe them, and the more they will become your reality. The universe is always responding to your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. If you walk in doubt, you attract more reasons to doubt. If you walk in expectation, you attract more reasons to expect great things. You are the creator of your experience, and God has given you the power to align with His perfect plan. Do not wait for evidence before you believe. Believe and the evidence will follow. Do not wait for the blessing before you rejoice. Rejoice and the blessing will come. This is the secret. This is the divine law. The moment you truly understand it, the moment you apply it without hesitation, you will begin to see miracles unfold before your very eyes. God's surprise is not small. It is not ordinary. It is beyond anything you have imagined. It is already on its way. Stand in faith, walk in trust, speak in certainty. What is yours cannot be taken, cannot be delayed, cannot be denied. It is done. It is happening. And soon you will stand in the midst of something so great that you will look back and realize that every moment of waiting, every moment of believing, every moment of holding on was leading to this. Be ready. Be expectant. And watch as the divine surprise unfolds before you in perfect time. The world will tell you to be realistic. It will say that you must see it before you believe it. But those who walk in divine favor know that believing comes first. The unseen shapes the seen. What is felt in the heart manifests in the world. This is why you must guard your thoughts, for they are the seeds of your future. You must speak only words that align with your blessing, for every word carries power. When you speak of struggle, you create struggle. When you speak of favor, you open the door for favor. God's surprise is not limited by time or circumstance. It is not bound by the rules of the natural world. It is supernatural. Beyond logic, beyond reasoning, do not try to figure out how it will come. Do not waste your energy worrying about the details. Your only responsibility is to trust, to believe, to stand firm in the knowing that what is meant for you is already yours. The moment you stop questioning is the moment you allow God to move freely in your life. Too often, people sabotage their own blessings by doubting too soon. They pray for a miracle, but in the same breath they question whether it will happen. They declare abundance, but moments later they speak words of lack. Do not be double-minded. Let your faith be unwavering. Hold on to your vision as if it has already happened. When the world tells you it is impossible, when circumstances suggest otherwise, stand firm. Say, I know who I am. I know who my God is. I know that my blessing is already on the way. Some doors in your life have closed, not because you failed, but because God is preparing something greater. What you thought was a loss was actually a divine redirection. What seemed like rejection was actually protection. God is always a step ahead, arranging things in perfect order. You do not need to chase what is meant for you. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. Walk in the confidence that what God has set aside for you will find you at the right time. Faith is not about waiting until you see the outcome to believe. Faith is about knowing that even in the silence, even in the stillness, something is happening. Every moment, every delay, every challenge is preparing you for something greater. Trust that every no is making room for a bigger yes. Trust that every closed door is leading to a greater opening. Trust that when the time is right, what is meant for you will arrive with ease, with grace, with undeniable favor. The reason some people never step into their divine surprise is that they give up too soon. They allow frustration to steal their faith. They let circumstances dictate their belief. But those who understand how the divine works know that the darkest hour comes just before the breakthrough. When you feel like giving up, when everything in you wants to quit, that is the moment to hold on tighter. That is the moment to declare, I am closer than I have ever been. My miracle is near. My blessing is unfolding. My divine surprise is at hand. It is easy to believe when things are going well. It is easy to have faith when you can see progress. But true faith is believing even when nothing seems to be happening. True faith is standing firm when the evidence is not yet visible. True faith is saying, I may not see it yet, but I know it is done. And when you can reach that level of trust, that is when the doors begin to open. That is when the impossible becomes possible. That is when God's surprises unfold in ways beyond anything you could have imagined. Your words have the power to shape your reality. When you wake up, do not speak of lack. Do not speak of fear. Instead, declare today is a day of favor. Today, miracles are chasing me down. Today, I am stepping into something greater. When you speak with authority, when you declare your blessing before it arrives, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. And when you are ready, what is meant for you will come with divine speed. Your past does not define your future. Your mistakes do not cancel your destiny. Whatever has happened before now does not limit what God can do next. If you have experienced struggle, if you have known disappointment, do not let those experiences shape your belief about what is possible. God is not limited by your past. He is not restricted by your history. He makes all things new. He turns mourning into joy, sorrow into celebration, lack into abundance. What is ahead of you is far greater than what is behind you. There is a reason you are hearing these words today. It is not by accident. It is not coincidence. Your spirit was led here because something within you knows that change is coming. Something deep within you knows that your season of waiting is coming to an end. That inner stirring, that sense of expectancy, that unshakable knowing, it is not just a feeling. It is confirmation. It is God's way of preparing you for what is next. Do not ignore it. Do not dismiss it. Embrace it. Look around at your life. Even now, signs are appearing. The right people are being placed in your path. The right doors are quietly being opened. Even the challenges you are facing are part of the divine design. What seems like a problem is actually positioning you for something greater. What looks like a setback is actually a setup for your blessing. If you could see what is coming, you would not waste a single moment in doubt. If you could glimpse the future that has been prepared for you, you would not spend another second in fear. You would stand up, lift your head, and walk in absolute confidence. Because what is coming is beyond what you have prayed for. It is beyond what you have imagined. It is beyond what you thought was possible. Right now, as you hear these words, something is shifting in the unseen. A prayer you prayed long ago is being answered. A door you thought was closed is being reopened. An opportunity that seemed impossible is being arranged. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to strive for it. You only need to believe, to prepare your heart to step forward in faith. The divine surprise that is on its way to you will be undeniable. It will be so perfect, so precise, so beyond anything you could have planned, that you will know without a doubt that it was orchestrated by God. And when it happens, you will look back at every moment of waiting, every challenge, every delay, and you will understand why it all had to happen exactly as it did. Until then, hold fast to your faith. Walk as if it is already done. Speak as if you have already received. Live in expectation, in gratitude, in unwavering trust, because what is coming is greater than you can imagine. It is already written, it is already set in motion, and soon, in divine perfection, it will unfold before your very eyes. The moment you accept that your life is already unfolding according to divine design, you will no longer waste energy trying to force things to happen. You will no longer live in a state of anxiety, wondering if your breakthrough is on its way. You will rest in the knowing that what is meant for you is already in motion. The divine surprise that is coming to you does not depend on your effort, but on your faith. It does not arrive through struggle, but through surrender. It does not come when you are desperate, but when you are certain. Certainty is the key. The world may call it faith, but it is more than faith, it is knowing. It is the deep, unshakable understanding that what you desire, what you have been preparing for, is already yours. It is already set aside with your name on it. Nothing and no one can take it from you. Not time, not circumstance, not even your own doubts. Because the moment you align yourself with the truth of who you are, the moment you recognize that you are already worthy, the doors begin to open. You must prepare yourself not just for the blessing, but for the transformation that comes with it. Because when God delivers what He has promised, you will not remain the same. When He elevates you, you must be ready to stand in that new position. When He brings the right people into your life, you must be prepared to walk in alignment with them. When the opportunities present themselves, you must have the courage to step forward. This is why you cannot just wait idly. You must prepare as if the blessing has already arrived. If you are praying for a new level in life, then you must already start living as if you have stepped into it. If you are praying for abundance, then you must already develop the mindset of abundance. If you are praying for love, then you must already embody the love that you seek. Because nothing comes to those who wait in uncertainty. Everything comes to those who move in faith. When faith is not just believing, it is acting as if it is already done. There are those who say they are waiting on God, but in reality, God is waiting on them. He is waiting for them to shift their mindset. He is waiting for them to release their doubts. He is waiting for them to take the first step in trust. Because the moment you take that step, the universe responds. The moment you align yourself with the blessing reveals itself to you. The moment you prepare yourself for the promise manifests in your reality. There is no reason to fear what is ahead. Even if you do not know all the details, even if you cannot yet see the full picture, trust that it is coming together in the most perfect way. The delay you thought was a denial was actually divine preparation. The waiting season you resented was actually a time of refining. Because when the blessing arrives, it will not just be an answer to your prayer. It will be more than you expected. It will exceed your vision. It will stretch beyond your imagination. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. The divine plan for your life is still in motion. And when the surprise is revealed, you will understand why you had to walk through everything that led to this moment. Every challenge prepared you. Every closed door protected you. Every delay positioned you. Nothing was wasted. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are already in the process of receiving it. You are not hoping for a breakthrough. You are already walking toward it. You are not lost. You are being guided. And the moment you fully embrace this truth, you will begin to see the signs. You will begin to notice how things are aligning. You will begin to witness how, little by little, your vision is becoming reality. What is about to happen in your life will leave you speechless. It will be so precise, so perfectly orchestrated that you will know without a doubt that it was God's hand at work. It will come when you least expect it. It will come in a way you could not have planned. And when it does, you will realize that every moment of waiting was worth it. So prepare yourself, not in fear, not in doubt, but in expectation. Walk in confidence. Speak with certainty. Live as if it is already done, because the divine surprise that is on its way to you is closer than you think. It is already written. It is already prepared. And soon it will be revealed in a way that will leave you in absolute awe. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You do not need to chase what is already making its way toward you. You do not need to plead with God as if He is withholding something from you. He is not holding it back. He is preparing you to receive it. The moment you step into alignment with this truth, everything will shift. The way you think will shift. The way you pray will shift. The way you walk through life will shift. You will no longer ask, when will it come? Instead, you will declare it is already done. The unseen forces of heaven are moving on your behalf even now. They are setting things in order, arranging divine connections, preparing the way. But understand this. What is coming is not something small, something ordinary. It is not just another step forward. It is a leap. It is a divine acceleration. It is a breakthrough that will rewrite your entire story. And when it happens, you will look back at all the times you doubted, all the times you worried, and you will smile because you will finally understand why the process took the time it did. God's surprise for your life is not just about blessing you. It is about transforming you. If He were to give it to you before you were ready, you would not know how to handle it. If He had answered certain prayers too soon, they would have crushed you instead of elevating you. But now, because you have endured, because you have grown, because you have been faithful, even in the silent seasons, you are ready. Ready not just to receive, but to steward. Ready not just to be blessed, but to be a blessing. Ready not just to step into a new season, but to own it fully. The old version of you would not have been able to walk in this level of favor. The old version of you would have questioned it, second-guessed it, sabotaged it. But not this version of you. The you that stands here today is stronger, wiser, more aligned. The you that has been shaped by struggle and refined by faith is prepared to handle the weight of this blessing. That is why God did not let you skip the process. The process is that why He did not allow you to settle for less. That is why He stretched you, tested you, positioned you. Because what He is about to release into your life is not temporary. It is eternal. It is not just for a moment, it is for a lifetime. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear whispers that maybe it is not for you, when impatience tells you to settle. Do not listen. Instead, stand firm in the knowing that what God has for you cannot be taken, delayed, or diminished. It is already set in motion. The only thing required of you is to be prepared, to be expectant, to be in position when the moment arrives. Because when it does, you must be ready to step into it fully. There will be no time for hesitation, no room for questioning. You must be bold enough to claim what is yours. That is why you must begin now. Start speaking as if it has already happened. Start preparing as if the door is already open. Start giving thanks as if the manifestation is already in your hands. Because the language of faith does not say, I hope it will happen. The language of faith declares, "It is already mine." And when you speak in alignment with divine truth, heaven responds. You do not need to see the full picture to trust the outcome. You do not need every detail to believe in the promise. If you knew everything, there would be no need for faith. But God operates beyond what you can see, beyond what you can understand. That is why He calls you to trust, to walk forward even when you do not know where the path leads. Because when the moment arrives, you will realize that every step was divinely orchestrated. That even when you thought you were lost, you were actually being guided. What is on its way to you is not just a blessing. It is a revelation of who you truly are, a revelation of the power you hold, a revelation of how limitless your life can be when you align with divine truth. This is not about luck. This is not about coincidence. This is about destiny unfolding in its perfect time. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Let go of the timeline you thought was best. Let go of the doubts that try to convince you it is too late. It is not too late. You have not missed your moment. You are exactly where you need to be. And when the appointed time arrives, you will not need to force anything. You will simply step into what has already been prepared for you. The doors will open effortlessly. The opportunities will come unexpectedly. The blessings will flow abundantly. And you will stand in awe, knowing that it was never about your effort. It was always about your alignment. There is no need to rush. There is no need to stress. There is only the need to believe, to trust, to prepare. Because the divine surprise that is about to enter your life is already on its way. And when it arrives, everything will change. Everything will shift. Everything will align in ways you never imagined. And you will know without a doubt that God's plan for your life was always bigger, always greater, always more beautiful than anything you could have envisioned on your own. So stand firm, walk boldly. Prepare in faith, because what is coming is beyond anything you have ever experienced. And when it arrives, you will realize that it was never delayed. It was always right on time. Everything you have been waiting for, everything you have been praying for, is already set in motion. God has not forgotten you. He has not overlooked your desires. He has been preparing you for something far greater than you imagined. The struggles, the waiting, the moments of doubt were never signs of abandonment. They were signs of preparation. And so as our prayer begins, now is the time to walk in faith, to hold on to the vision with unwavering belief. Do not let fear convince you to settle. Do not let impatience rob you of what is meant for you. Trust in the divine timing of your life. Trust that when the moment arrives, you will be ready. The surprise that God has for you is not small. It is life-changing. It is transformative. It is the breakthrough you have been waiting for. And when it comes, it will feel as if heaven itself has opened its doors just for you. So stand in expectation. Stay in alignment. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit prepared and your faith unshakable. Because what is coming will not only bless you, it will elevate you beyond anything you ever thought possible.